What's up, my boomers? It's me, Melanie Mac, here on my new channel, Melanie Mac Go Boom. I know I'm wearing the same outfit 2 videos in a row. That's because I pre-recorded this and I just figured I'd rather tell you guys what's up instead of actually changing and pretending like these are different days. So at the time of me releasing this video, I will be with my family visiting them and watching the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. That's how I made the trip. So, yeah, it'll be fun times. So, today, I want to talk about Nicolas Cage dissing Disney. Y'all know how I feel about Disney. Don't like them. I think there's a lot of corruption, a lot of fakeness and pandering. Just corruption in general. We know how Disney is. So I saw this from Bounding Into Comics, which God bless them, because I swear when I don't know for sure what to talk about in a video, if there's nothing that's like super trending and all that, I will go to the Bounding Into Comics thing and see, let's see what's going on there. They always have like some really good topics and stuff, and they're like a based outlet that's not woke, I guess you could say. They're fake woke, I should say. So I do like that. They keep it real. So I encourage you to follow them. I figure if I'm going to keep using their stuff for my videos, I need to give credit where it is due. So here's the tweet. Let me go ahead and read this article. It says Nicolas Cage confirms he paid off his debts. Disses Disney as he promotes the unbearable weight of massive talents. The Academy Award-winning actor was once a leading man banking $20 million of film, but after a series of financial downfalls following the death of his father, caused him to lose his $150 million fortune and owes millions in back payment for property taxes. The one-time king had hit hard times. Why don't they live more humbly? I swear. Because when you got that much of money, why do you... That's one thing I would never understand. If I had like $150 million, I would not be wanting to live in some huge expensive mansion and 1,000,000 acres and all this. I would rather just be comfortable. I don't know. It's just so odd to me. But anyway, let's continue. In order to dig himself out of the hole, Cage proceeded to make a series of small budget independent movies over the last decade that he used to pay off his debts and avoid bankruptcy. After a long road of struggle, the actor has officially paid off his debts and is moving forward with his career, but he has no plans to leave the indie scene. Good job, dude. You did it. All right. In an interview with GQ magazine, Cage confirmed that he officially finished paying off all his debts a year and a half ago. Cage talked about just how bad of a hole he was in financially and what it took for him to come out. I've got all these creditors and the IRS, and I'm spending $20,000 a month trying to keep my mother out of a mental institution. And I can't, Cage said about his debts. It was just all happening at once. In 2014, Cage owed the IRS $6.3 million in property taxes and upwards of $14 million overall to his creditors. His big screen career had fizzled out following the release and financial flops of The Sorcerer's Apprentice and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. He was taking every acting role he could in order to get out of debt. Some of the roles that Cage took over the years include the critically acclaimed film Mandy, a film that featured Cage as a man looking for vengeance against a demonic hippie cult who murdered his girlfriend. I never even heard of that. Other roles included Willy's Wonderland, a film where Cage hunts down animatronic monsters without saying a single word in the film. Okay, interesting. They're like Five Nights-y at Freddy's-y. Last year, Pig made headlines based on the bizarre trailer and premise of a truffle hunter in the Oregon wilderness on the hunt for his beloved foraging pig after she is kidnapped. What? I would watch that. A pig that gets kidnapped? Cage insists that despite the roles he took, he never phoned in a performance on screen. When I was doing 4 movies a year back to back, I still had to find something in them to be able to give it my all, Cage said. They didn't work, all of them. Some of them were terrific, like Mandy, but some of them didn't work. But I never phoned it in. So if there was a misconception, it was that I was just doing it and not caring. I was caring. Cage went on to say that he plans to continue making indie films as he enjoys the process more than making big budget studio movies, citing studios like Disney leaving him in the dust when he was down financially. I enjoy making movies like Pig and Leaving Las Vegas more than I enjoy making movies like National Treasure, he said. When I talk about fair weather friends in Hollywood, I'm not talking about National Treasure producer Jerry Bruckheimer. I'm talking about Disney. They're like an ocean liner. Once they go in a certain direction, you've got to get a million tugboats to try to swivel it back around. Not only would Cage discuss Disney, but he also talks about Hollywood in general and the idea that he's a madman. The Rock actor stated, "The misconception that I'm crazy, which people seem to enjoy, the madman or whatever, to which I simply say, you can't survive 43 years in Hollywood or star in over 120 movies if you're crazy." I would say you probably have to be crazy to do those things, actually. You're not going to get bonded. They're not going to work with you, he added. Are we an upside down world? Cage would also reiterate his comment to acting, but also that moving forward, he's going to be much more selective in the roles he takes. I'm just going to focus on being extremely selective as I can be, he said. I would like to make every movie as if it were my last. His latest project, entitled The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, is an action comedy where Nicolas Cage stars as a fictionalized version of himself in a wacky adventure dealing with a billionaire superfan of his. The film also stars Pedro Pascal and Tiffany Haddish. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent opens in movie theaters on April 22nd. Can I just be completely candid here and say I went into this thinking I was gonna be stoked that he dissed Disney and on his side and stuff, but now I'm kind of not. I'm just gonna be honest. What this reads to me is that homeboy had so much money and squandered it and should have been more careful with it, and then he did not get future roles because some of his other recent roles tanked, and then he's blaming Disney for not hiring him for more bigger roles because he needed the money. Granted, as much as I hate Disney, I just gotta say, what does Disney owe him roles in movies if they don't feel like his movies are going to succeed? At the end of the day, this is business, dude, and Disney's gotta do what they feel is gonna make them money. And if they feel that he's not generating much money with his films, why would they hire him? Because he needs the money? Because he squandered $150 million? Dude. And then him saying, oh, you can't be crazy to work in Hollywood for 43 years. It's like literally the opposite. All right, well, this took a turn I didn't expect. That's my opinion anyway. I think in a lot of cases it's like an enemy of my enemy is my friend, and so a lot of people really want to they hear him dissing Disney, and initially you just want to kind of like jump on that, but and be like, yeah, go, dude. But I think there's plenty of things you can diss Disney about, but for not hiring him for roles, not so much. He's not entitled to that. All right, let me go ahead and read some comments of the day. So, Cray Cray IRL says, I'm glad you're hanging out with Brittany. This is Brittany Venti. Tell her paganism and astrology are whack. Here's the thing. I don't expect my friends to all agree with me on everything and how they live their lives, what they believe in, or anything like that. And so if she's into paganism and astrology, that's her business. It's none of my business. And I would not tell her not to partake in whatever she wants to partake in. So that's not my place. Yeah. John Feder says, love the verse of the day. I like when people speak out. They can't just say yes or no. Thank you. I I love this channel. I love that I've been able to go boom and share anything I want to share. It's been great. Audio Garden Slave says Angelina Jolie best Lara because she pulls off the tough woman role without it being even slightly laughable or blatantly unbelievable because she has a natural action hero presence. That she does, and I agree. I 1000% agree. She really pulls off that femme fatale role exceptionally well. I don't think anybody could pull off Lara Croft as good as she did. I just don't think it's possible. Archangel of War says, like another YouTuber, Young Rip of 59 says, monetize your haters. That is one of my favorite lines. I love it. I think it's amazing. Yeah, he's awesome. All right, Oni says, it's the way acting used to be before Hollywood lost its spine and went woke, in terms of this video I made. I know, dude. That's the thing is I thought actors were supposed to act, but now everybody expect actors to only play themselves now? Is that what we're doing? Jim says it's great to see G Fuel creating a contest where people have to accomplish something, and then their work is judged on creativity, not wokeness. They're keeping politics out of it. Bravo. I adore being sponsored by G Fuel and being able to participate in this contest and stuff like that. It is so refreshing to know that G Fuel as a whole, they sponsor and partner with creators of all kinds of different backgrounds and different beliefs and different political views, all that kind of stuff. And I love that. They don't get political. They don't get all virtue signally on their platforms and stuff. And I feel like I can be myself. I mean, I made this channel for crying out loud, and I feel comfortable in doing so, that they're not going to have issue with it. And whenever those fake tweets happen, I made a video about it if you guys didn't see it. Whenever those fake tweets happen and people were tagging G Fuel to try to get my sponsorship taken away, you know, my immediate instinct was to like clear the air with them and say, hey, by the way, those were fake tweets. And they'd already seen it because I didn't see it until hours later. And they were like, oh yeah, we knew. They didn't even, they were just so chill. They're like, oh, no worries. Like, so that was cool. All right. Timothy Real says, I saw your ASMR video. You completely lost it. I thought you had been zombified. So on my main channel, my other channel, this is honestly more my main channel because I upload here more. But on my Melanie Mac channel, yeah, I made a goofy ASMR video. But what that stemmed from was I was making like a goofy TikTok video. And I was doing a parody of how ASMR is because I think sometimes it gets super weird. And so I made like an ASMR parody TikTok video. But in order to do that, I used like little clips of what appeared to be like an ASMR video. So I filmed like an entire segment. I don't remember how long it was. It was at least a few minutes long. And I filmed just going off, doing all kinds of sounds and goofy stuff. And then I used little clips of it. And so then I thought after that, there were so many comments from people saying, release the uncut video, release the full ASMR video. So I did. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. But I had a blast with it. All right, so let me go ahead and go to the verse of the day, which today I picked 1 Chronicles 16:11. It says, seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his presence continually. Now, I keep stressing this a lot to, you know, those of us who are believers. This is so important. And I say this because I've experienced this myself. And I've seen it in my own life. And I will keep beating y'all upside the head with it until you grasp what I'm saying here. So for those of you who are believers, it's so easy just to be like, oh yeah, I'm a Christian and that's that. And not really spend much time in prayer or reading the Bible or going to church or anything. Now, obviously there's variables on how much people are going to do each of these things. And I'm not here to judge, but I am saying that what I realized is probably last year, I was kind of coasting as a Christian. I only read my Bible like a small handful of times last year. I went to church a little bit, not that much. And I would pray, but not a whole lot. But it was just like, I was just coasting, you know? And last year was also a very, very tough year for me. I was just I just struggled a lot emotionally last year. Had a hard time. And this year, after the new year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my crap together, dude. I can't be coasting along like this. I've got to be in the Bible more. I've got to be in prayer more, and I've got to actually seek God more. Because like with any relationship you could possibly have, it's not going to flourish if you're not putting in the effort. And that also applies to our relationship with God. So if we're not putting in the effort and we're not seeking God, then how can we expect God just to keep doing stuff for us? You know what I mean? It's like we should be seeking God as well. And I can't even begin to stress how much that improved the quality of my life in so many ways. It doesn't mean that my life has been perfect. It doesn't mean that I haven't had sad days, but that's helped me a lot, is building my faith so much stronger and feeling God's presence more. And I'm telling you, I can't stress it enough. If you're a believer, spend more time in the Bible. Actually put your heart into it. When you pray, put your heart into it. Okay? And if you want to go to church, do that. You will 1,000% notice a difference. I guarantee it. If your heart's in it, you 1,000% are going to notice a difference in your life. So, all right. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. And in the meantime, go boom.